Hello and welcome to No There's Only Trash Here podcast, episode 80. The date today is the 19th of April 2015. So, Simple Joe is back, everyone.
Simple old me.
We love you, Joe. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That
A
didn't
pair of panties
sound
just
like-
thrown at me. Bloody hell.
That didn't sound like applause, that sounded like a gun
Don't
or something along those lines.
such a violent person.
Yeah, well, I'm not playing gun sounds through the mic.
It was an applause, not a gun.
Anyway, I was in the middle of my intro. Gosh.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, as well as Simple Joe, we have Basic Ed on board,
Hi, I'm Basic Ed.
who you may remember from like 2 years ago when he was on.
Yeah, back
But
in.
now his voice is broken, so he can come back once more.
Very funny.
Is that,
Thing
is
about
that
that is-
criteria?
Yeah, you gotta have a manly voice.
The thing about-
No women on this podcast. And that's not just because of Joe's sexism.
I think I started YouTube just as my voice started breaking. So if you just go through all my videos, you'll just hear my voice slowly start to break, and it goes through that awkward voice crack stage until it makes this very manly voice right now. Hello,
Well, you may
ladies.
remember that we got the Pokemon White videos on my
Oh.
channel. So there is a lot of evidence of
I was-
you being a boy.
I was looking
Boy.
at them the
Boy.
other day, and I literally sound like an 8-year-old girl. It's like, oh yeah, I love Pokemon. Yeah, guys, welcome to Pokemon White. It's like, oh, I used to sound like that. How
You
people-
did.
Ugh. Well, we all did, I guess. Apart
Not
from
me.
Not I.
Not this guy.
You were born
I
like
came
that.
out, I was like, alright guys, how's it going?
hello, mother.
Yeah, I'm a baby. What's up? Get me a bottle. How's it going?
Prom night dumpster baby. You were singing songs like that.
was. I sung a very manly song to go along with my birth.
Gross.
So how is everybody?
Tired. Wait a
Ugh.
minute. Wait a minute. What is? Sorry, it was. I thought it was a sleeping Z, but it was like a B. So sorry about that.
What? Okay, in case you can't tell, Ed found like a soundboard app. So for one episode only, we're gonna have some sound effects. I didn't endorse this. This was not ran by me. This is just how it's going. No, you shut up. You stay out of this.
Who wins? Who wins?
Oh, this soundboard is my life now. This is it. This is brilliant.
I will not be booed.
Your subscriber
My own
count is gonna
podcast.
increase tenfold now.
It'll go up to 10. Huzzah.
Wait, 10th subscriber special, guys. It's another podcast.
It's on the way. I don't do subscribers anymore. Or I just haven't in a while. I just kind of like, I don't know. After 4 years, it's kind of going to be the same thing, right? Like, I'll play a game and be like, thank you guys, and then that'll be the video. Like, I've done it before.
Yeah, all mine
Yeah.
are like, this game with Honest Tom. This game with Honest Tom.
Well, they're quality material and videos right there. Let's
They
not
are,
criticize
yes.
those.
They are pretty good.
Or maybe it's because I haven't hit any like major milestones. Like I know a certain MrMuckluckable hit like what are you on, like 5k something, like 6k, one of those. So that's pretty big.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything though. So I kind of agree. The doing specials, the more you do it, the less specials become
Oh, how
important.
modest. So when
Well,
people,
it's
I
true, though.
absolutely.
people do them at like 50. Imagine if people did that at every single 50. Like, yeah, I got 650 subscribers. 850. There'd be like a stupid amount of subscriber specials.
I think I did do that initially. Like I think I went 50, 75, 100. Yep, 150, 200, and then I think 250 is when it, like the drop off kind of happened. And then I think I did do like 1,000 or 500 or whatever, but I can't remember. It all blurs into one at this point.
Yeah, you did those songs like top 10 songs in something. I don't know.
Yeah, that was like 150, where it was like, here are my top 5 songs from games, and I just played them, and that was that. That was it. They were good songs. I liked them.
Yeah. Oh. Mine is all just Mario Kart, Pikmin, and I think another Mario Kart one. And that's
Sure. Anyway, I think we should get on to some news, which is nice. Because last week we just meandered around whatever came into our head, and we got into some dangerous territory.
We did. That was terrible.
I think Joe was hating on nerd culture or something.
I hate the nerds. I love the makeup.
Down with the nerds, up with the makeup nerds.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, some secret shames came out. Oh, good time. I didn't watch any of her videos, by the way, I'm afraid to say. I didn't check her out. So maybe I shouldn't judge.
You're missing out.
I shouldn't.
Listening to the podcast, I did search, but I didn't watch any of them. I was just like, nah, I'll pass. No, thank you.
Well, I'm lying. I was up all night watching them, but for the
Oh,
sake of
didn't you?
appearances.
Mm-hmm.
She's
We also
engaging.
had it for the children section as well. Don't forget that.
Yes.
Keeping it soft for the children.
We
Ugh.
did it was so soft. You won't believe it. It was like butter.
So have to keep that up for this episode as well.
Yeah, we'll have to do another one. I don't know what that is going to be centered around, but it'll be for the children.
It will
so
come up
won't matter.
naturally.
It will. It'll come up and be soft.
I think that's it right there. It will come up naturally. Jesus.
Enough of that, you.
Quiet, you.
Quiet, you.
Okay, let's get to it. So, this week there was Star Wars Celebration Day, and this can't be the first time this happened, right? It just, to me, this is the first time I heard of it, and only because of all the big news. But I'm assuming they've been doing it for years.
I thought it was May the 4th, but I mean, I guess not.
Well, that's just like Star Wars Day, but this is like an event for Star Wars. But I don't know if they've been doing it for years now, because I don't know what you would really do with that, especially seeming how there's been no Star Wars like news for there was a big chunk where just
nerds
nothing
will just
was
do
going
anything.
on. Nerds will do anything, Joe, but let's not get back onto that.
I'm just saying that they could. Don't they have They have a convention for some game, like one game every year.
Minecraft.
Yes, and there's another one.
Who would go to that? What a
Like
losers.
lame-o. Losers, but, you know, I could see there being... Because all that expanded universe crap. There's probably has been loads.
Okay, well, I could see an event existing, but the difference with this one is that it's like fully endorsed by all the people. Like J.J. Abrams and Disney and everyone kind of jumped on this. So I'm wondering if it was an official event before this year, or if it's just because there's a ton of news and ton of stuff happening with Star Wars, then it became really big. I'm just not sure.
I don't really care, to be honest.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe, for putting me in my place with my questions.
Sorry.
Oh. Anyway, Star Wars Battlefront. So we got a trailer and a ton of info. So I'm just gonna list off all the info we got, and if I'm missing any, then feel free to boo me, Ed.
Alright,
But I think I've got it all. Okay, so 17th of November is when it's coming out. The 20th in the UK and the 19th in Europe. So we're getting it late.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting. I agree.
We're not in Europe all of a sudden. What?
I'm moving to
No,
France,
not
guys.
today.
So, yeah.
Oh, no, don't do
moving to
that.
France.
What's wrong with the
Come on
French,
now.
Joe?
Easy now. Don't have to drastic any weird things like that.
Right. Okay, I'm getting through them. 40 player online. There's going to be first and third person perspectives available. There's not going to be space battles, but there will be vehicles and ships in the normal battles. The prequels won't be involved. They're doing DLC for Battle of Jakku, which is something that's going to tie together Episode 6 and Episode 7, and that's going to be free DLC that comes post-launch. There's a partner system, so you can spawn on each other if you partner up. There's no campaign. There's just going to be missions and challenges for 1 or 2 people that can be played local or split screen. And at launch, there's only going to be 4 planets: Tatooine, Endor, Hoth, and Sullust, wherever that is. But that doesn't mean there's only going to be 4 maps. There's just only going to be 4 planets, so then there'll be different maps set on that planet.
They must be pretty big maps, though, because 40 people, like, that wouldn't work with like the Battlefront 2 maps. But I mean, I guess they had the AI, so would it be? I don't know.
Well, from what I can tell, that this is very much like Battlefield, where with Battlefront 2 there were specific levels indoors, like Coruscant was one, Jabba's Heart or whatever. It was just an indoor area. But it seems like with these ones, they're all open. They'll probably have buildings that you can go into, but very similar to Battlefield, they're just gonna have these big open areas, and that's what it's gonna be focused on. So there won't be any Jabba's Hut, I'm afraid.
Damn
that
it.
won't make it. Yeah, the only good map, and they just won't make the cut. But what is Sullust? Does anyone know that? Am I even saying that right?
What is what?
Sullust.
Sullust. The hell is
Yeah,
that?
Sullust.
I'm going to predict it's a new planet that's going to be in the film.
Well, I thought that was the Jabu thingy. Like the
Jabu.
DLC. Yeah, that's the one. Jabu. I
Utapau.
thought that was that.
No, that's Jakku. And that's a new planet where apparently in episode 7 it's going to feature in it, and it's going to be like war-torn, but in Battlefront you actually get to play the battle that makes it all
Is that the one
war-torn.
everyone thought was Tatooine, but it's actually this Jakku?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the one.
Well, Sullust was home to the Sullustans. There you
Wow. Well, that info, you just can't pay for better info.
go. That's it, really. That's all the Wikipedia page says. So, I don't think anyone knows anything about it.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to start. I don't mind that there's no space battles, mostly because I didn't like the space battles to begin with. And I think it makes a lot more sense the way they're doing it, where they're incorporating it all, because I'm assuming I'm the only one that's played Battlefield online.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So something that I really liked about Battlefield is that you did have a big battle on the ground, and then at the same time you had the big battle in the sky with people using jets and helicopters, and that just happened very naturally. And it was really cool to be able to, while like shooting and in a gunfight, to look up and see actual people controlling jets fighting other jets. That was a really cool feeling and gave everything a really cool sense of scale, and it was really awesome. So I'm much happier that they're going this approach of trying to replicate that feeling, because I think it makes more sense and just works a lot better, where you're playing as like an Empire soldier or a Rebel soldier, and then you're on the ground and you look up and you just see this like dogfight going on above you, it's awesome.
Are there going to be like Star Destroyers and that, like in the sky, that has all the ships on? Because the trailer had that. Because I think that would be pretty cool, seeing, just looking up, there's a big Star Destroyer just shooting at another Rebel, whatever it's called.
I don't think so. From what I can tell, it's unclear, because we haven't got any gameplay currently. All we got was a trailer that they said was in-game engine, and probably is, but I don't, like, it's more of a concept, like here's what it is and here's what it should look like. It probably won't look like this, but this is what we're aiming for. So I would assume that there's an area where you can jump in a ship and then you fly and do it like that. I don't think there'll be Star Destroyers, unless it's just like a cosmetic thing where you look up and see it, but it won't actually do anything.
What the hell was that jetpack thing in the trailer?
Well, when he like boosted up.
Yeah, like what it had, like his face was like a butt. It was it was weird.
His face was like a butt.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
That is exactly what I said. Like, it looked nasty.
Oh, him! He's in the original films, that guy.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
You're talking
in
about the
episode
co-pilot,
6.
aren't you?
Yeah, he's the co-pilot with
With Lando.
Yeah, Orlando.
He looks gross.
How
he's an
dare
alien.
you?
He thinks you look gross.
How dare he? You can't say that.
Buttface.
He has a great laugh. He's an awesome character. He's like, hoo hoo hoo. I can't remember exactly what it goes like, but it's an awesome laugh.
Brilliant.
Okay, but yeah, so I don't know about you guys, but I don't mind that space battles are gone. I'm happy with that.
As long as there are big ships still in the sky shooting things and it gives a good sense of scale, I don't mind.
Yeah, because we get 80/80s as well. And I think they're probably... I mean, I hope that they have more sense of scale than they did in Battlefront 2. Because in Battlefront 2, they were just kind of there, and they were pretty cool, but I never got a real sense of scale from them. So I hope in this one, they work on that a bit more. And I think they will. I've got a good feeling they will.
Okay.
I hope that you can actually like destroy buildings to take stuff, because like you said with the 80s, whatever they are, even though they're pretty powerful, all you could do was like shoot one guy, and it's like, well, all that power just seems a bit wasted. But if you're like shooting down buildings and shooting down ships and stuff, I think that would make them definitely seem a lot more powerful and awesome.
Well, I think they will, because they haven't confirmed this, but in Battlefield you could do it. They explicitly said this isn't just a Star Wars Battlefield game, we're making changes, but, you know, whatever, of course there's going to be a lot of similarities, especially with the partner system. It's just the squad system from Battlefield, it sounds like. So, a big part of Battlefield, I can't remember which one was all about this and focused on it, but yeah, you would be in a building, and then someone would come along with a tank and would slowly destroy that building, and it would like collapse on you, and you would, you know, could get killed if you hid too long.
Oh, that sounds
so
awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. There's a lot of really cool stuff to Battlefield. I really want to play it after seeing all this Star Wars stuff, like pick up a copy of the game. It's just I think Battlefield 4 had a really dodgy launch, like almost every online game does nowadays, so got put off it a little bit. But yeah, so I would assume that they could do that. I mean, again, we haven't seen any proper gameplay, because what they did is that they had a gameplay presentation behind doors, which they showed to the press. So we don't get to see it, we just get to see the press describe it, which is not the same at all, like nowhere close. Like we might, just reading it's just not the same.
E3, we better see something then, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll get it, you know, I don't want to complain too much because we did get a ton of info, but we still don't quite know. Like, I think the best shot we got is that in that trailer when they show Boba Fett. To me, that looked really in-game and looked to be like represent what was going on with it. But apart from that, not much else.
Yes.
And first and third person. Yes! Everybody's happy. Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it's cool that it's in there. I guess they just listened to the fans and thought, let's put it in. But really, I don't think it would have been that bad if it was only first person.
Because I listened to that podcast the other day where you really hated the idea of it just being like first person. You complained about it for a good like half an hour.
Okay.
The usual for a podcast.
Alright. I'm going back on myself here, but my fear is because we got so little information on Battlefront at that time. It was just a case of the Battlefield people are making it and it's only going to be first person, which to me at the time said that it was going to be a pure Battlefield clone. And obviously a lot of features are going to carry over with it being the same team, but from what I'm seeing and what we got told today or during this week, it seems like it's not that. Like it's taking the good parts of Battlefield and, you know, definitely still going to feel different to that. So, it was what it represented.
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. How do I turn it off?
It's the pigs.
It's the feds.
Sorry about that.
Cheese it.
I'm out. See you guys.
With the BS police. Wait, hold on. I was talking.
Oh, burn yourself.
That's not what I wanted to say. Those weren't the words I wanted. But yeah, so it's nice that it's there. But really, I probably will play first person. Because, again, it's that whole sense of scale I was talking about before. You get a much better sense of scale when you're in first person. So when you're in third person and you look up, it's not quite the same as if you're first person and you look up.
That's true.
I think I've never actually played it in first person, but what is it? Is it first person when you're in the vehicles as well?
No.
Oh, good.
In the vehicles, it's zoomed out. But I can't... in Battlefield, you could choose as well. You could have it from the cockpit when you're in a jet, or you could have it outside. So, from what they've said, that you can easily change it from first to third. So, assuming it's the same case with the new one, where you can, with vehicles and everything, you can just change it if you want.
Yeah,
Good.
that's good. Then people can choose based on what they want, which is awesome.
So overall, I'm pretty positive about the game, but yeah, 40 players online, that's just awesome. Although the question I have is that will there still be AIs in a 40-person match? Because it's 40 people, so that's a lot of people. You don't necessarily need them to be there. But I would also assume that they're going to do smaller battles, where it's like 6v6, where the actual map itself is smaller, something like that. So I'm wondering if there's going to be any AIs at all, because I think that would be something that would... It would not quite feel like Battlefront, and it would feel more like Battlefront if there were AIs. You don't need a ton of them when you've got 40 people, but just some. A bit like Titanfall, just kind of have them there helping out. But I don't know. Battlefield never had them, so I have a feeling that they won't be in this game either.
Especially since there's no campaign. So I mean, if there was a single player campaign, then they would they'd have to put them in there anyway. But since there isn't, they probably just won't bother.
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's no campaign. It's just missions and challenges, which I think first of all sound lame. Like I might check them out. I guess they're there, but they do sound pretty lame. I don't want to play like a challenge with a friend and get a high score. That's just like, no, I'm not. It's 2015. I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, why?
I mean the
Sounds fun to
challenge,
me.
not the friend thing.
Oh, I think that sounds quite fun.
Yeah, I mean, as a distraction throwaway thing, you may
It's like the
check
Spec
it
Ops
out.
from Call of Duty. I like playing those with a friend.
Did you play the Modern Warfare 3 ones though?
Modern Warfare 2 with the Juggernauts.
Okay, because they did keep them in the series, just nobody cared. You know, like the second one did have really good challenges like that, but I think that's the only game where that's the case. I tried to play the Battlefield 3 ones and they were just lame and just pointless. It was just like, here's a level, just do the thing, and it was like, oh. But yeah,
Well,
you're
going
right.
back to
Modern
the,
Warfare 2 did pull them off.
Yeah, I like them. Going back to the campaign and lack of it, I'm not fussed about it really, because I never really bothered with the campaign playing Battlefront 2. But if they do, they should have Galactic Conquest, because that is pretty much make your own campaign, which is a lot more fun.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I don't know how they're going to pull that off, but I absolutely agree that Galactic Conquest was awesome and it was really cool, but I will be amazed if it's in there because there's only 4 planets in the game.
Because that will be online as well.
Oh. Yeah, you could do online Galactic Conquest. But again, 4 planets. They might have a mode where it's Conquer the Planet, where you play in different maps, because I think Battlefield 3 did that. I think Battlefield 3 did do that, where you would play multiple games against each other, and then you would be like pushing back onto different maps. So it'll be one big area, and then there'll be like 3 different maps, and you would play a game on one of the maps, then whoever won, it would push onto a certain other map, and it would go along like that. So I think that could work as an alternative. It wouldn't be as good, but it would be an alternative. But yeah, I would be amazed if Galactic Conquest returns. When it should, really.
Absolutely.
Depends how many maps there are on a planet. Because if there are like 10, 12 maps on a planet, then you could easily sort of just downscale it to one planet. But if there's like 4, then I'm not sure how they would be able to make it work properly.
Well, there'll be different sizes as well. So there'll be like smaller ones and bigger ones. So it might be a case of there'll be a mode where it's, you got like 2 big maps, and then they split those up into like smaller maps, and then you would have like 6 smaller maps or something. They haven't confirmed this, but with the DLC map that we're getting, that's 2. They have definitely confirmed that planet that we get is 2 different maps. So I would assume with that DLC being free, that each of the planets that you get in the main game is at least 3 or 4. With some of them, like I said, being smaller for smaller games and smaller skirmishes.
They're probably going to release more planets as DLC anyway, because it's EA, so there'll be hope there.
Well, that's something that I really don't like, because I think first-person shooters in general just have it wrong with DLC. I think the only one that did it right was Battlefield Bad Company 2 with the Vietnam expansion pack, and they haven't done anything like that since, really. But I think with Mario Kart 8, they nailed that, where it's two big ones, it adds a ton of content, so everyone's going to have it, and that's that. But with first-person shooters, especially Call of Duty, they release 4 that are much smaller, and then not everyone has all the maps. You have to pay like 30 quid for the season pass. I think that's a really poor way of doing it. So I hope with this one they just do like 2 different DLC packs. They can have the smaller ones like extra weapons, customization or whatever. But I really hope they do like, right, here's 1 DLC pack with 2 extra planets and some more guns or whatever. And then they release another one and they say, right, here's another 2 planets and have that be that. Because otherwise it just becomes too convoluted with the online where some people have certain packs, some people don't. And it just really divides it and makes it like messy. Like, I don't know why they would do it like that.
How does Mario Kart deal with that? About people who don't have DLC online?
I would assume you just don't team up. Like, you don't get connected. Like, I can't say, and, you know, both me and Ed have the DLC. I think you just don't connect to people who don't have the
But does it
DLC.
not go to that screen where you pick your map?
Yes. But I would assume that you only connect to players who don't have the DLC like you, so the only maps that come up are non-DLC maps.
Okay.
But on Mario Kart, that's not so much of a big deal because there's only like 2 DLC packs anyway, and there's probably quite a lot of people. But with online first-person shooters, it's different. So obviously they have figured it out. Where with World at War, Call of Duty, it would put you into a game and then block you and say you need to get this DLC. So obviously they don't do that anymore, but still, you want to try and keep the community together as much as possible. And I think doing 2 main DLC packs and keeping it very simple is the best way of doing that, and making it very clear value for money. So I like that they're starting off with a free DLC pack, like straight off the bat, here's a free planet to play on. I think that's an awesome idea. I just hope they kind of keep it up and don't keep releasing, like every 2 months, here's a new one, you have to download a new one. Ugh,
It'll be like The Sims with all the expansion packs.
Yeah, it becomes messy. Like, with The Sims, it's a bit different because it's just you playing the game. But with multiplayer, you want everyone to sync up. You want the community, and DLC can really work against that and can make it.
It worked
horrible.
against it for Halo 3, for example. I hated what they did with the maps to that game. But I wasn't really playing it much by that point, but they put all the game modes that I liked into the you must have this map collection. And that really bugged me. So
yeah, that was
they don't do
terrible.
stuff like that.
That was really bad. With Halo 3, they figured it out eventually. Because with ODST, you got a disc with all the maps on.
Yep.
But that's not going to happen nowadays. That was like a rare one-off sort of thing. And seeming how there's only 4 planets at launch, like, okay, so I love Titanfall, but a big problem with that game is that there was so little content, and then they patched a ton in over time, and then they released these DLC packs, and they were bad. They were just here's a few maps. They started like giving it away for almost nothing. I paid 4 quid for the season pass over Christmas because they were just giving it away because it just wasn't good DLC. And that was an EA shooting online game. So I really hope they don't do it like that. Because they said that there's no prequels, which I think sucks, and I hate that they haven't got the prequels. But I would be happy if they decided to say, hey, we're going to do 1 big DLC pack that adds in the prequels. It's going to cost a bit of money, but it adds in like a ton of new planets and the prequel, soldiers.
Yeah, if they did it like
the
the Undead Nightmare, that sort of thing, where it could be its own thing almost.
Yeah, where
that
it's
would be
just,
good.
boom. Yeah, I would be up for that. And I hope that's what they do. With EA's history with first-person shooters, I know it's not them making it, but it's them publishing it, so they have a say. I don't have much faith in that happening.
Wait, so there's no droids or clones or anything like that?
No, we don't have droids.
I don't care about droids. They can stay away though.
No, droids are the best ones.
No, we've discussed this. They suck.
And no.
End.
The Clone Wars is so much cooler than the Galactic Civil War. Like, there's no contest.
What? The only robots I like are the rolling ones. That's it.
The droidicas.
Droidicas.
No, but it's so much cooler, the Clone Wars. I mean, the films skip it. It's like the end of the second one, it's like, hey, here's a cool stuff. The end, like halfway through, and then episode 3 comes back and it's like, hey, a load of cool stuff just happened, but never mind that. We got Anakin being all upset to deal with. But the Clone Wars themselves are awesome. And I loved that in Battlefront 2 that you actually got to play droids versus the Republic, because that's like the coolest part of the prequels that they just kind of skip and just handed it over to a quite average animated series. So I love that Battlefront 2 focused on that. So I think it's a real shame they're taking it out, because it's the best part. I mean, again, I hope they can put it back in later, so I hope they do. But the actual fighting itself in the original trilogies isn't that cool. Like, it's not that good. It's not that interesting.
Ewoks.
There's Ewoks. It's just the Rebels versus the Empire. And the Empire just win every time, and then Ewoks show up, and that's it. Like, that's not... When I see Endor, I'm not like, I wish I could play that. But when I see, like, one of those fights in episode 3 or something, I'm like, yeah, that'd be awesome to take part in. I mean, part of that might just be the special effects being more modern, but those are the fights I want to play. And it's not about the film qualities or whatever, because obviously we all know the originals are better, but in terms of playing in part of a battle, so much cooler, the Clone Wars. So much more interesting.
Yeah. I like them both.
Come on, guys.
Have you got a sound effect for that? Sort of like a... Yeah. No? Well, that's close enough.
Well, okay.
It fits into Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the Wilhelm scream, all right.
Yep. I can't remember what else I actually... Oh! In the trailer. They have the bubble. The Halo bubble.
Yay, yeah.
Why is that
the
everywhere? Yeah.
Oh. I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't know, it seemed out of place for me, but that's just... I'm being picky.
Well, Star Wars had those sort of fills before, right? I'm sure they're in the film.
I've never seen
some
anything
point.
like that in Star Wars.
See,
Maybe I just missed it.
I thought that this game was going to be set in between episode 6 and 7, so I was thinking, oh, it's like the war that we saw in the original trilogy, but like they've got more advanced stuff and it's pretty cool. But then Darth Vader came in, so I was like, oh, that's going to be a bit hard to have all this extra technology that just none of it was seen in the film. So
Zombie Vader.
yeah, all melted face. It's like, oh, I'm not dead, guys. I'm good now.
I'm not dead.
Awkward.
Awkward.
Left me on that Death Star. Jeez.
Uh-oh.
I'm still alive.
No, he's a goner. He's not going to make it.
Chewie will just carry him around on his back like C-3PO.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is that kind of confirms that they're doing the whole Battlefront 2 thing of, here's a load of cool battles. We don't care about your timeline or whatever. Here's just some cool stuff. Which is the way to do it.
Go and kill the Queen, or something like that.
What?
That's what happened in Battlefront 2. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to Naboo to kill that woman from episode 1, I think it was. Deal with it.
Well, I think those things are meant to have happened. Obviously they haven't, because it's an expanded universe, so I'll disregard it. But I think the whole point in that campaign is that all this stuff did happen.
No.
The Queen died? Not Queen
Yeah,
Amidala.
You talked about running her over in the Battlefront videos.
Yeah,
you enjoyed
but,
it.
But I didn't think it was canon. Well, canon in the expanded
Well, it's
universe.
not, but it was then.
Oh yeah,
But it's
I
not
mean
anymore.
in that yeah, for the expanded universe at that time. I didn't think that was part of it. I don't
Well,
know
it
that.
is, you monster, so...
She did.
She did!
She so did.
Damn.
Naboo! But yeah, so I'm pretty excited for this game. Like, I was excited already, but there's some negative stuff in there, but overall, I think, the basic stuff is there. You got all the different vehicles, you got 40 player online, you got these big, large maps. It just sounds awesome. So while I will complain about certain stuff, I can't wait. I can't wait to play it.
It could be a lot worse. So
Well, don't be...
no, that's what I'm
a bit
saying.
backhanded.
We
That's the
we
spirit.
should be happy because it could be a lot worse, and it's not.
Well, we
so
don't
that's
know.
good.
We don't actually know what it's like there yet. So now you said that, It's going to be rubbish now, isn't it?
It might be terrible.
No, come on, guys.
Right.
Guys.
It's going to be Battlefront 06. Ugh, it's going to suck.
No, guys, come on.
Boo. Actually, I don't want this game. Screw this game. Screw you, Star Wars. I'm going to go play Mario instead.
Oh, right. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Well, we're all getting it, right?
Hopefully.
But what on? I'm not getting on PC.
PS4.
Yeah, I'll get it on PS4.
Yeah,
Give me a reason to play the
PS4.
damn thing.
I don't want a PS4.
I'm not a stupid idiot.
Ooh.
I was
Ed.
just going to let that hang. How dare you.
Well, I'm just smiling after saying that. Like, yeah.
Well, Tom,
Sick
I think
fun.
you're you. Screw you.
Oh,
You bloody.
I wish I knew what he was saying.
Oh, the suspense.
That was mean.
Yeah, I want to get it on PC because all my actual friends are getting on PC, so screw you guys.
But that's fine. That's what I'm hoping for, though. That I'm hoping that everyone's going to get it and I can play online with friends again. Which I know sounds sad,
It's pretty
but
sad.
that used to be how it was. We all got the new Call of Duty. We all would jump on it. We would all play it together. It was a lark. But real life got in the way. Everyone kind of moved on. People kind of got different consoles. And then it just got all very messy and all over the place. But I'm hoping with the fact that the PS4 is dominating, everyone loves Star Wars, that everyone I know is going to get it, Star Wars PS4, and we can all play again, and I won't be alone anymore.
Let that hang for a bit.
Oh, come on. What was that noise effect? Oh. Well then.
But this needs to be on every podcast.
No.
It
no,
really
doesn't.
does. It can be used in so many situations. It's great.
No.
Are you banning it?
Well, I'll allow it for now, but I don't appreciate being called gay. I don't appreciate that.
You brought it on yourself.
Because, Joe, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
You're
do,
with
but
me on this.
I don't think that's going to happen, but that's just me. I'm
Well,
sorry.
we can play. We can do some of the challenges.
Yeah, you said friends, Tom.
All right.
Oh,
Oh, no, all right. Well,
that
maybe.
is.
We're only doing this to further our YouTube careers. It's a very
That-
shallow,
That YouTube money.
superficial,
What about
professional.
cross-platform multiplayer, guys? Is that going to be a thing?
No,
Is it? No, I don't know.
no, it's not.
How do you know this?
Because it won't be. I'll bet money on it. It just won't happen.
Well, let's not go to that length.
Right, $2,000. Right here, right now.
You're on it. Within the next 100 years, there's going to be cross-platform.
No, that's
Boom.
not the bet.
Deal done and
They've
dusted.
already done cross-platform games.
Right, where's my
I'm
$2,000
just saying that
then?
this one won't be one.
You owe me $2,000, Tom.
No, that's not. No. Anyway, so any final thoughts on Battlefront? Well, there's no need to swear again.
I was. I'll be honest. I was slightly disappointed in the trailer.
Oh.
I was
I
saying
thought
to
it was
Ed,
gonna be
I
actual
wanted gameplay.
Well, this was the first reveal, if you want to be... Like, I know they did do the, say, hey, we're making it sort of thing last E3, but technically, this was the reveal of, like, here's the game. Like, I know it's not gameplay, but this is the first footage we've seen. Everything up to this point has just been, like, concept art and hearsay.
I think
They never start off when they reveal a game with gameplay.
the main thing was actually not the actual trailer, just the stuff that they revealed. Because the trailer was like, oh, this game's going to look nice, like we all knew it was going to. The important stuff was actually all the extra information they revealed with that trailer.
Yeah, because that was a concept trailer. I mean, it was a in-game one, but it was a concept one of here's stuff you can do in the game, but this isn't actually how it's going to properly
And
work.
I do not trust it. Exactly. I do not trust it. That's why I'm disappointed. I'm just Debbie Downering everything in this podcast.
Oh, Joe.
This is great.
Damn it.
Cue the sad trombone. Come on.
Wait a minute,
Let's be on top of this.
Wait a minute.
Ugh.
Wait a
Play it
minute.
for yourself. Don't play it for Joe, play it for you.
Thank
There you
you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Cool. I'm still excited. You can be depressed. I don't care.
Yeah.
God damn it. I was expecting a reaction.
No.
It's an uphill struggle getting Joe to react.
It's Sunday evening. We've been through this.
Alright. Okay, we'll move on then.
I'm excited about the film. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
There's a film coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Chewie. Right, so the Star Wars Force Awakens trailer. We don't need to go and break it down. We all saw it. If you're listening to this and you haven't, it's like a minute and a half. Just go watch it. What are you doing? What are the thoughts?
Why are you listening
on
to this
one?
crappy podcast? Go watch the film or the trailer.
Yeah,
that's not-
I wonder that as well.
Only for the crappy. I mean, podcast.
Below average.
Well, that's not. Let's not tell the people.
Mediocre podcast.
Well, we're going up at least. I suppose.
Going down.
Okay.
Anyway, the trailer. What did we think?
Awesome.
I liked it. Really liked it.
Yay!
That's my reaction. No, it was really good.
Joe, you should have done a reaction video of the trailer. Like, yeah, looks good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was.
Yeah, well,
I only realised after watching it was that it didn't really give too much away. It showed us
Which
what
is
we wanted
good.
to see. It all looked very, very nice, and it did a good job.
Great music.
Yep.
See, if I did a reaction trailer, like on the inside, I was like, "Oh yes," but on the outside, I was like, "Oh."
Well, I'll
See,
be
this
honest.
is the-
I
Pretty cool.
squeed a little bit. I did squee. Just a little bit.
I was like,
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, alright.
that was
it. Alright. Great.
that must have sounded weirder than I thought it did.
Yeah.
You wouldn't upload it to YouTube. Upload it to a different site. Certain sort of site.
Facebook.
No, I thought it was good. I don't have much to say because I mean it looked great, like visually looked good. I don't know. I'm still not fully convinced on the idea of the new cast, but I don't think I'm supposed to be at this point. Like with that trailer, it didn't give away a lot, but it was very. It had the right Star Wars sense of galaxy, an epic galaxy or whatever. Like it had that correct Star Wars feeling
Like
that the
aftermath.
original films had.
Aftermath of the war from the last film.
Well, no, yeah, that was in it, but I mean just that feeling of like, ooh, like space and Star Wars and Jedi's. Yeah, it had that feeling, which I think is extremely important, and made it good.
I liked the Star Destroyer. Crashed in the background. It reminded me of the game
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed,
but good.
but
Oh,
actually
snap.
good. Oh, you're not wrong.
Yeah. And I liked what else did I like?
Darth
I
Vader
thought-
helmet.
I think that was alright. I thought Luke. That was Luke, right? Because he had the hand,
Yeah.
the robot hand,
Yeah,
and he was with R2D2. Like, oh, friend.
my sister.
But Luke's voice sounded odd to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's like 102 now, so I don't know.
But it
Yeah,
sounded
he
really
did-
young. That's the point. It sounded really young to me.
Oh, it does sound like he was trying to put on that very like important trailer voice
Just does Joker
rather than just
instead.
speaking.
Hmm. Yeah. And of course there was Han Solo.
Yeah,
That bit at the end.
that didn't really.
That was pure
Hit
fan
me.
service.
That was
absolutely.
I
We
love.
knew he was
that.
in there. We knew Chewie was in there. So it wasn't really that like, oh my god, like I didn't really freak out or had a reaction to that because it was like, yeah, okay, yeah, Han Solo's in it, of course. We
And he
know
looks
that.
exactly like how you think. It's old Harrison Ford. It's just- yep, that's old Han Solo right there.
We're
There you go.
home, Chewie.
But despite all that, that's the bit I was like, ooh, because it's
Yeah,
just
same.
it's just good to see it again.
Yeah, it's cool to see for sure.
Chewie.
The
We're
ravages
home.
of time.
Oh,
Oh.
so good.
All right, playing the trailer right now. I see.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I actually also watch some fan reaction videos on YouTube. I usually stay clear for obvious reasons, but I watched a couple. I really like the genuine ones. They are really heartwarming to see a guy, because you can tell when it's fake or over the top. That's why I don't watch them normally. To see someone just scream and be like, it's just like, that's annoying.
Oh my god, Star Wars.
Yeah, I just can't deal with that. But then there was just like one, like I think it's a very popular one of the big ones, where it's like a guy who's like, I think it's like a priest or a reverend or something, and it's just him being like genuinely like he just turns into a small kid. Like obviously he watched the films when he was younger, and that trailer took him back into that mind space, and it was very genuine. And I was like, oh, that's nice. That's really nice. The internet isn't all evil and hatred and awful and toxic and other bad words.
You say that. I read at work, I was bored, so and a good thing to do when you're bored is Google News, because it still looks like work. And I was reading, there's an article on the Independent website, and it was this guy moaning, really moaning, like my level of moaning.
Oh no.
About grown men being excited at the trailer. He was like, oh, yeah, okay, it's all well and good to be excited, but do we really have to go and lose our minds over this Star Wars thing? And I don't think he gets that for a lot of people it does take them straight back to their childhood. And it made me angry reading it.
Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to prove with that. Like, why can't someone just enjoy something? Like,
Angry little man.
Just enjoy it? Yeah, that's quite an awful thing to say. Stop having fun. Stop enjoying things.
How dare you have emotions?
He's just a miserable person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Screw that guy.
He really is the Joe of the group, I reckon.
It's you.
The Joe of the Independent, yeah.
The Joe Pendant.
But apart from him, yeah, everything else has been great. Everyone's
Very
loved it.
positive.
Except
Very positive week.
Except the people analysing it. Ugh.
Well, yeah, I mean
25 minutes. Like, how do you get 25 minutes out of a 2-minute trailer? It's like, jeez.
Yeah, I don't.
Very sad.
I mean, I just avoid it like the plague. Any sort of trailer analysis. I mean, I'm sure I've talked about it before, but you're not. If that's how you enjoy media, then good for you. But to me, that's an awful experience, reading up and looking at stuff to find every little detail, and then going into the film knowing like 90% of it already and seeing so much of it before and reading about it and reading fan stuff. It's like that's ruining a film for me. But if that's how you enjoy it, then good for you. I just think I would not be able to enjoy films if I sought out that information.
There was one part of the trailer I didn't like.
Oh, get out of town.
Now, it might not even be in the film. It might just be a leftover clip they've used for the trailer. But it was when it was a very quick shot of the bad guy.
Oh, that was awesome.
No, I didn't like the way it zoomed. It did a weird zoom. And
the Man of Steel zoom.
I know that Scott Pilgrim zoom. I didn't like it.
No, it's Man of Steel. That's what it did.
It did look
I remember seeing that as well. Because in Man of Steel, it does it all the time when it's ever in space and something travelling quickly. It's shaky cam, and then it leaps forward.
I didn't like it.
I remember seeing that.
I think it did give me whiplash, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty nice.
Well, I just thought it seemed weird, but then it was on for about a split second, so who cares?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they did that with some of the other scenes as well, with the Millennium Falcon. They did that weird zoom. And I don't dislike it, I just don't think it's very Star Wars.
Yeah, I hope they do. What are the chances they're going to do the old transitions, like wipe left and...
Oh, they have to.
They have to do that, right, don't they?
They have to do a star wipe or two.
Someone put a compilation of them, and it was a good, half hour of just slides from all 6
You forget how
films.
lame they are. They're really, really... They just suck, but it's just Star Wars gets away with it for some reason.
I think it kind of works for when stuff is happening all over the galaxy. I don't know. I don't know films well enough to be able to break it down, but I think it does give a good sense of here's something happening on this planet, and then it cuts to or wipes to here's another event going on a different planet. I don't know. I think it kind of works. Obviously, it's just because it was in the original films, which is why it's not weird or doesn't look weird nowadays. But I think I think it works. I can see what they were going for.
Yeah. I can now.
God damn it, Joe.
I can now, but it seems at the same time parts of it seem quite. I guess because now we all have home movie and editing equipment and software ourselves, it seems like okay with easy wipe there, and it just seems very simple. Oh no, not even simple. It seems like where they, because really for a transition you shouldn't make it too noticeable. Like it should be nice. It should flow, but those ones purposely don't. It's like it will very slowly scroll across the screen and reveal Queen Amidala or something. That's why they do throw me a bit, but that's okay.
Well, they're doing something different.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just like the weird Man of Steel zoom.
Yeah, that's not so much though.
Yeah, I don't.
That has to grow on me, I suppose.
Because Star Trek wasn't shot like that. Like there was nothing like that in Star Trek, so it's odd that it's shown up in Star Wars.
That's why Star Wars is better. Oh, snap.
Well, I suppose.
Yeah. Brilliant.
I don't know.
I've never been into Star Trek, so yeah.
I mean, I watched the 2 reboot films, and I liked the first one. So that's all I can really say about Star Trek.
I watched the first one, and that was it. I haven't watched any other stuff.
No.
Great discussion.
Okay, well, we clearly don't know anything about Star Trek, so no conversation will be started about it.
R.I.P. Leonard Nimoy. There you go.
Oh, yes, there we go.
Wasn't he in Simpsons? Nice. I heard his name in Simpsons once.
Everyone.
He was in a couple of episodes.
He was in the March vs. the Monorail. That's the best one.
Yeah, and he was also in the bloody hell, X-Files one as well.
Oh yeah, he reads the story.
And then he storms out, and then the squeaky voice teen takes over.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one with Alien Mr. Burns?
Yeah, that's the one.
I forgot about that appearance because it doesn't connect to anything.
No.
They just start the episode with Leonard Nimoy reading the story of Homer meeting an alien or something. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's brilliant, but why?
And then he just leaves.
Yeah, and he just runs out.
Oh dear.
Okay, let's move on to the next trailer.
Oh god.
Why? Why do you have to be so... What do you want to do, Joe?
I want to go eat some food. No, not really.
I just want to make you happy. That's
okay. Bring me some pizza. No?
No.
Oh.
Right, the next trailer. So the next one, it got overshadowed. This trailer really got overshadowed. It's Batman v or versus, I don't know, Superman Dawn of Justice. We all saw it, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice, cool. I was actually expecting a no, but cool, we all saw it. So I thought it looked really good. I think it's clearly meant to be a sequel to Man of Steel 2, or it's meant to be Man of Steel 2, sorry. And then the trailer starts off with all the talking, which is exactly like The Dark Knight Returns. Have you two seen or read Dark Knight Returns?
Nah.
Okay, so basically, it's like one of the most famous and beloved Batman stories about Batman when he retires and then he comes back, and it's like a lot of it is by Frank Miller, a lot of it is supposed to be like commentary on the media. So a big part of it is that they cut to news people talking about the events going on and all the different opinions, and there's meant to be satire in there as well. I'd recommend watching the animated version that came out about a year, maybe 2 years ago now at this point, part 1 and part 2. I actually would really recommend watching part 1. Part 2 isn't as good, but it's still alright, it's still not bad, but part 1's actually really good, so this film is taking a lot from that because that does turn into Batman versus Superman in that story. So a lot is coming from that. But I like the look of the film. I like how everything kind of looked visually. I like how everyone's turning against Superman. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty nice way of doing things. And I'm sure they've done that before in the past with the comic books. But I don't think in the films they've properly gone into people actually rioting and hating Superman because he's an alien and, the whole false god thing. And then I think, Ben Affleck and Batman, I think he pulled it off. We didn't see much of it, but I got no complaints. And I think it's also this film, or that trailer anyway, has convinced me more that having a new Batman isn't actually a terrible idea. That actually having a different one and trying to reboot Batman a bit. They get to cut out all the origin story, which is awesome. So that trailer and seeing Ben Affleck in it convinced me more that this is probably the right way to go, or a good way to go to bring back Batman to the cinema. So I thought it was good. I was impressed by the trailer.
It left me a little bit confused because I was like, right, has Superman done something to make people hate him? Because either way, one of these guys, either Batman or Superman, is going to be like the sort of bad guy. Like, so it seems to me like Superman is going to be hated in the film, but then Batman is going to be the one who's going to be a bit of a dick in the film. So it's like, why would they fight each other? Because I thought Batman would be like, oh no, he's really a good guy, or something like that. So I don't know why.
Well, it's going to be in the film. I mean, I can break down what happens in Dark Knight Returns, but it's probably going to be the same. I can't remember exactly, but it's something like the government Superman is working for the government in the Dark Knight Returns, and then Batman has gone rogue, so the government hires Superman to stop Batman. But in like the same week, Superman is nuked and takes a nuke, so he's weakened.
Jesus.
Yeah, he like stops a country being nuked, but like it explodes and really weaks him. That's how it's more of a fair fight. But
so
I don't know.
Kryptonite.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. I think that was involved. But anyway, I don't know if that's what they're doing, because it seems like there's people rioting in the film against Superman, so it might be the government hiring Batman to go against Superman. But I would assume it just becomes like people's paranoia and that sort of stuff. There's a few ways of doing it.
Or
that would be cool.
They could go the injustice route, because Superman has always been like, oh, he's so good, he's so powerful. I think it would be awesome if he starts to go a little bit naughty and like sort of is like, why
kinky?
Not that type of naughty, but if he's like, why do you hate me? Then he gets all angry, and then Batman's like, oh, you have to be patient with them. They hate me at first, or something like that. That would be pretty cool.
Well, they didn't take to me straight away. Let me tell you, Superman. Sit down. Let's have a pint. Oh, it was a rough one.
Yeah, that's how it should go.
No, I would not like to see Superman turn evil.
Not evil, but like...
You said naughty.
Yeah. Is that evil?
I would assume it's going to be a mistake that Superman makes where he makes a decision and it's a decision people don't like in like a dire situation.
The lesser of two evils.
Yeah, he picks the lesser two evil and people may still die or whatever, or he stops people from dying, but something like that. I don't want Superman to turn evil, because I think that would just be too... It would just be too lame. Like in Injustice, it was lame. It was so cartoonish, because there's certain stuff that works in a comic book but doesn't work on screen. And I think Superman going evil and like killing the Joker would be really dumb.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Batman.
What's Injustice? What is this?
It's a fighting game that they made. It was the same people who made Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a film or something. Or
No,
TV
it's a
show.
No, it's that fighting game. But it had a story mode, which was Superman turns evil because Lois Lane is killed by the Joker.
Ah,
which is very... Yeah, that would not translate.
Why don't make him evil?
Because he goes berserk. He just goes like crazy.
Well, he is an alien.
Oh, snap.
Oh, Joe.
Which is going to be the whole Lex Luthor thing, right?
I think so, yeah, because he's like president or whatever, so I'm assuming...
What?
Yeah. Well, in general, in the comic books, Lex Luthor is always the president.
What?
Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's not... That shouldn't be a surprise, unless the only thing you've watched is Smallville.
I haven't even watched Smallville.
I didn't even watch that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked pretty cool, but...
So I'm assuming that's what that is. Lex Luthor becomes the president, doesn't trust Superman, and hires Batman to take him down. And then he
trust, absolutely hates and loathes Superman.
Yeah, because he's an alien, and some people are always going to hate aliens. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff there And it sounds quite similar to the X-Men films and the stuff they had in those ones. And that was pretty cool, so I'm up for that in Batman. Superman.
Yeah, it should be good.
Justice.
And if it isn't,
Batman. Go ahead.
it'll be a good action. If it isn't a good film, it'll be a good action film, like the Avengers. Yay! Love the Avengers.
Oh no, here we go. No.
So Batman, I mean, I've still got some stuff to say. There was one more thing I was going to... Yeah, okay, so with Man of Steel, because obviously this is the sequel, same guy, but they're adding Batman to the story. The problem with Man of Steel, I found, is that I didn't dislike all the stuff that was in there, content-wise or whatever. Yeah, the dad dying was a little dumb, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. You know, killing off Superman's dad is just the way that they wanted to do it, and just because they picked a silly way of doing it, I don't think ruins the film or anything.
Which dad is this? The real dad or the fake dad?
Oh, the fake dad.
Oh yeah,
Kevin
that was
Costner.
dumb.
It was dumb, but whatever, it's fine. I didn't really dislike it that much that I'm going to make a 20-minute YouTube video. I'm not going to do that.
Wait, that video needs to be on another site.
Yeah, that does. That's another one
What was that?
for the 18 pluses.
Instead, you're just going to complain about it for 20 minutes on a podcast.
That's right. But my problem with the film, I like the action. I like the stuff in there. I like the young Superman. I'm going to continue with my points.
Yeah. Go on.
I like the casting. I like the look of it as well. I didn't like it. The problem I had was the dialogue was all extremely basic trailer dialogue. Like, all of it. All of it is trying to be like what the iconic Dark Knight kind of like, it's the one we deserve or whatever. It's all just trying to be that trailer stuff. And the first time I watched the film, I didn't notice it too much. When I rewatched it, it was glaring. It was so glaring how simple that dialogue was. And how just nothing kind of was going on with it, and it was just really lame dialogue. So with this film, I hope hopefully that won't happen. And if that doesn't happen, then I'm going to really enjoy it, because that was the only thing I really did not like in Man of Steel, and it means I can't watch the film anymore because of the dialogue, because it's throughout, it's constant.
Just mute it then.
Add your own sound effects. Peel, get him, Superman. Yeah.
But I used to quote Zod a lot, like in my third year of uni, because of his dumb dialogue. His awesome, I will find him. It sounds like a bloody Dalek. It's the best. Like, I do really like Zod because of how dumb his dialogue is and his delivery. Just like, I've been training all my life. Where did you train? A farm? Like, why would you say that? Like, I love his dialogue, but everyone else's is just cringy and not cringy, it's just lame and weak and flat. But his dialogue is just entertaining. So hopefully, if it's not the same writer for this one, which I think it is, which is the same writer as The Dark Knight, weirdly enough, David S. Goyer, whatever, he's like the most hit and miss screenwriter ever. Like, he comes along and writes The Dark Knight, and then he comes along and writes Man of Steel, which is like, like, if you look at his films, they're so hit and miss, it's unbelievable. So hopefully his dialogue's going to be good for this one, and it's going to be a hit.
So hopefully, Dark Knight was good, made him all confident and cocky, then he wrote a really crap film, and that'll bring him down a bit, so he'll write another awesome Dark Knight-esque film. That would be amazing.
Well, I'm going to have a look, because it's weird, his thing. Maybe it's because Christopher Nolan, and his brother had a lot of input with The Dark Knight. So maybe that's what it was. But I'm not too sure. But I'm just hoping that the dialogue's going to be better for this one. And that's all I really asked for. He wrote like Blade 2, Jumper, Ghost Rider, God. Okay, he is writing the new one. Yeah, like with the way I think Warner Brothers own the rights to the DC films. The way they're doing it, they just set it up to be like, right, Zack Snyder and David Goyer, and that's it. They're doing everything, it looks like. Because they did Man of Steel, they're doing Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and then they're doing Justice League Part 1 and Justice League Part 2.
Part 1 and Part 2? Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading. 2017 for part 1, 2019 for part 2.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that.
They're doing that for Avengers as well, though. Like Civil War, I think.
Infinity
Oh
War,
yeah, that's the one.
which is going to be lame.
Oh, here we go again.
It is going to be lame. Oh. Oh, man.
I think I know what film we all want to see. Wait a minute. Yeah! Yeah!
No, not me.
I thought he was going to say Bond.
You
No,
can't
I'm
keep playing
disappointed.
that music, by the way.
Oh yeah, copyright, whoops. I'll just sing it.
Yeah.
Go, go, Power Rangers.
No.
What have you done, Tom?
No,
No.
go, go, Power. We all want that film after that little trailer thing, or short film, or whatever it was.
I don't like the Power Rangers. So no, I don't.
Going back to Batman, did anyone think Batman was too big? He
looked
massive.
weirdly big, yeah.
He looked comically big. Yeah, like as in like comic bookly big. It was weird.
No.
Because I think
I'd assume
it's just because we're so used to it being quite a thin Batman, like Christian Bale and that. Like in the suit, they didn't look that hench, but this guy's like.
He looked like a tank.
Yeah, I think I didn't think that was weird. I just assumed he had a lot of armor on.
Well, I just
No, it's
worry
not
it would
even
look a bit
armour.
silly.
Because it's like a fabric suit, isn't it? So he can move around a lot. Because it is a
Plus it's
more
like-
comic book style Batman.
You know, Ben Affleck doesn't look like that. That's not Ben
He
Affleck.
might do. You don't know.
does
Well, maybe,
now.
but been at the gym a lot. But I don't know. It's just yeah. Hope he doesn't look
No,
weird.
I think if you look at the comics, Batman has always been cartoonishly big, or
Yeah,
most
but
of them anyway.
I'm worried it won't transition to film very well. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
It will look ridiculous if he's like jumping about, doing roly-polies and stuff like that. Like he does in the...
Yeah, I don't think he's meant to be too acrobatic in this one. Like with Christian Bale, he was a ninja, like straight up. Like, by the way, I've got ninja training. I'm a ninja.
I
So,
landed in the
yeah, I think
mountains.
he did go to the mountains. It was pretty cool. Qui-Gon was like, do some ninja stuff, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna burn your house down. And Qui-Gon's like, oh no.
Damn. I'll burn yours then. Hee hee.
Aha. But yeah, so I think he was meant to be more athletic, but I think in general Batman is meant to be more buff and I don't want to say beefy, but that's the word that comes to mind. A beefy man.
Beefy.
I suppose he's going to be older as well, so he won't be doing as many flips
Yeah,
and jumps.
he's
and-
got some grey hairs coming through.
Yeah, no cartwheels in this film.
All he'll do, and his back will just seize up. He'll be like, oh! Oh!
Superman's
Alfred.
like, am
Like, you need a hat?
am I supposed to be fighting this?
Need me
Get my cane.
So it's
Get the bat
it's
cane.
Superman with laser eyes versus Batman with a cane.
With his
Alfred.
Batwalker.
Alfred,
You come down here.
give me some
I'll show you.
paracetamol.
Well, I've got some good news.
Yeah.
Batman v Superman was rewritten by someone else. So David S. Goyer wrote it, and then they hired someone else to help rewrite the script.
Okay.
So it's not going to be just David Goyer on this one.
Who did the other guy? Or what did the other guy write?
I don't. Argo?
That won something.
Argo?
Yeah, the Ben Affleck film.
Oh, go. I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's where they like fake making a film or pretend they're filmmakers or something.
So a film within a film.
No, I mean kind of, I guess.
That's crazy.
But he only did screenplay as well, so that's good. So that means he didn't. They're listing him as someone who just looks over the screenplay and rewrites it, so that's good. I'm happy with that. Oh,
Did you see in the trailer, or did you see if someone pointed it out to you, that there's a Riddler question mark?
no, I did not.
There's a Riddler question mark on one of the columns.
What could it mean?
I don't know.
The Riddler.
Jim Carrey's back. In very tight spandex.
Edward Nigma. What a great name. Edward. I love the Riddler. I've always wanted to play him in a film.
There has not been a good... Well, when I say good, I mean that gritty realism sort of thing with a Riddler yet.
That's been in
Jim
the,
Carrey was... The first bit of it was quite good with Jim Carrey before he went into the over-the-top wackiness.
The Arkham games had a good Riddler. I like that guy. He was...
Yeah, he was just up himself, and you never saw him. Well, you did see him, but he never like showed up. Really, I don't think he did anyway.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the Riddler. Solve my riddles. Then that was it.
Still wasn't gritty, really.
They might have a little cameo right at the end, or the post credits thing they're going to steal and do something like that.
Well, it just depends. It's a weird one because they're planning Justice League films, but they don't have plan for Batman films.
I thought they did have plan for Batman films.
They might do, but from what I've read just now, it seems like it's all about the Justice League. And maybe there will be a Batman film later down the road, but at the moment, like, you know, with this film coming out 2016, and then Justice League Part 1 coming out 2017, maybe 2018 will have a Batman film, but I don't know.
Who's in the Justice League?
What is in the comics?
The characters. Batman?
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow,
Green Lantern as well.
Green Lantern, Aquaman.
They have 2 green people. Come on, it's lazy.
I think they're both in it. Maybe.
I think so, because there was rumours that Diggle from Arrow was going to play Green Lantern. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watch Arrow. Well, according to this, there's Suicide Squad coming out. And then there's going to be...
Yeah, but that's not DC, is it?
Yeah, it is. That's like Joker, Deadshot.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There's too many bloody films now. I don't care.
Here's the list. Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Flash, Aquaman, Shazam, Justice League 2, Cyborg and Green Lantern. And there's supposed to be Batman standalone film and a Superman standalone film before 2020. So that's a lot of films.
Wait, no, they couldn't. Why would you do a Superman standalone film?
I don't know.
Before 2020?
It might just be... Well, the title of this article is Batman and Superman will get new standalone movies before 2020. So I don't know what that's about.
So they could do... Okay, so they could do a Batman one in 2018 and then a Superman one in 2020. I think that would work. That would be okay.
Yeah, like after Justice League. All that stuff.
Yeah, so they do like... The Superman film would be post-Justice League events or whatever. And then in between the Justice League you get... Actually, no, could they even do a film in between the Justice League films without it being weird and making no sense?
The only successful one that's sort of an example of that would be Captain America 2 in between the Avengers films. And I think...
Well, you could... Okay, no, you could do one. But I'm saying that if they're labelling it Justice League Part 1, Part 2, it sounds like they're like directly connected. So, I mean, if they did a Batman film in 2018, my thoughts would be that they would then have to do like rename the Justice League films to be like, here's the first Justice League film about this and about them assembling or whatever, and then the second Justice League film would be like detached from it in some way. But the fact that they're called Part 1 and Part 2 implies to me that they want one overall story. So that means that it would be weird if Batman then just buggered off halfway in that story to go fight the bloody Penguin, and then he just comes back and says, hey, we're fighting, right? Like, they couldn't do that if the two films are directly connected in that way.
So that means it'll either be soon or not for ages, then.
Yeah.
It's now or never. There you go.
It's not a song.
So what's Will Smith? What's that group all about? What do they do?
That's
Suicide
Where do they
Squad.
fit into the thing?
Well,
Are they pals with the Justice League?
Well,
Do they know each other?
from what I know about Suicide Squad, it's basically, and they're in Arrow as well, it's just a bunch of bad guys that the government sort of hire, or they have them.
Wait, they're bad guys?
Yeah, they're all bad guys. Like Deadshot is like an evil sniper, and then Joker and all of that. And then I think there's rumours that Deathstroke is going to be in it as well. Basically, they're all bad guys that the government hires. Like, out, instead of being in prison, they go out and they do missions for people. And supposedly they're all going to be going up against the Joker or something like that.
Okay, I've got a feeling that Batman and Superman individual films is not happening at all. Not to go against what you said, but reading the Wikipedia one, they have all the release dates. It's all been planned out. So, we got Batman vs Superman, and then in the same year we get Suicide Squad. And then in 2017 we get Wonder Woman. And then later on we get Justice League Part 1. 2018 we get The Flash, and then a separate film for Aquaman. 2019 it's Shazam, and then Justice League Part 2. And 2020 is Cyborg and Green Lantern.
They could have a Batman one, because they've got The Flash and the Green Lantern one in between the two Avengers films. Justice League films, sorry.
Yeah, but that could be... Justice League could involve... Like, it might not be all the characters yet. So it could be Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, maybe someone else who's not getting their own film. Like, Green Lantern is until 2020, so they could have the Green Lantern. And then say they have The Flash, Aquaman, and... just The Flash and Aquaman. Then they could then join in. Like, it could work.
Like in the first film, like, we can't win. We need more people. Cut to credits, and then have the Flash film, and then Flash goes in. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, that could work.
I'm sorry. I want to see a visualization of all these bloody DC films that are going to come out, and then all these Marvel films. There's just too many.
Yeah,
there is too many. You've just said all those for 2020, all the ones for Marvel as well. Good lord.
Well, there's even more comics.
Okay, I'm gonna try and find some sort of list. Okay, films. Here we go. So this doesn't say what's in the future. Oh no, they don't seem to have that. What? Okay, I'll find it. I will find this. I will find him.
Let's quickly fill the gap with...
Okay, here we go. Okay. Here's, alongside it, I'm going to combine the lists. So in 2016, we have Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Captain America Civil War, and Doctor Strange. In 2017, we have Wonder Woman, Justice League Part 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man, and Thor 3.
Spider-Man?
For Ragnarok. Yes. And then in 2018, we have The Flash, Aquaman, Avengers Infinity War Part 1, and Black Panther. And then in 2019, we have Shazam, Justice League Part 2, and then Avengers Infinity War Part 2, and Inhumans, whatever that is. And then 2020 is just Cyborg and Green Lantern, but I'm assuming there will be Marvel films.
So until 2020, there's at least 4 films every year.
Yes.
Comic book
guaranteed.
Films every year.
There'll be 5 in 2017.
Jeez.
That's too many.
It is too many. I agree.
That's too many.
I don't. I have no
This is
interest.
this is gonna saturate at some point, and it's just gonna go. I hope it just goes at some point.
Well, it probably will in 2020.
And don't get me wrong. I'm sure they're going to be very fun films, but it's just too much.
God damn it.
That is invaluable. We need that. We really do need that every podcast.
Maybe it'll just be the opening music. Hello. Wow, 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 wow.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. This was fun. But no, it is too many. Like, I think it's too many at the moment. Like, I mean, it's not ridiculous at the moment, but it is going to get ridiculous. And the sad thing is that people is just going to blame DC for doing it, when really they're just doing the exact same as Marvel.
And think about the Star Wars films as well. Star Wars going to have their own spin-offs as well.
Oh yeah, Boba Fett.
Even more. Throw in the mix.
Else.
Yeah, it's too many, and I'm already at the point where the Avengers 2 has to impress me for me to care about Phase 3 at all. And if it doesn't, then I'll just tap out. You know, with DC, I'll have to see with Batman, and if that's good, then I'll stay in.
What about Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
I'll see that. And I'll see the new Spider-Man one. But in terms of, like, all these other, like, Captain American 4 or whatever, Captain Bloody Marvel. What did I say?
Captain American.
Oh, Captain America then, and 4... Like, there's no way I'm going to see 4-3 if Avengers 2 is bad, because 4-2 was bad. So I'm just not going to do it. Turn that off!
Sorry about that. Oh, crap, there you go. My bad. I was just about to make an awesome pun about Thor. Like, Thor 3 should be called Thor 3, 2, 1.
Play the sound.
Wait a minute.
Play the noise.
Wait a minute.
That's not the noise I meant. And I think you knew that.
No, that was what I wanted to hear.
I thought he was going to go with something like Ball 3.
What?
Oh, that's
Bore.
good. Bore
Come on.
It's
pea.
a bit harsh.
Bore me. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Oh, bad.
Yeah, thank you.
I like it.
It's just when you say about the phases and like phase 3, has there ever been anything like that in movies before where they've planned phases of their films?
No,
I really can't think of anything like that.
no, this is it. This is all new
It's
and
a
exciting.
new style of filmmaking right here. It's worrying.
It's called saturation.
That's what it is. You're damn right.
Because, like, I'll see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because the first one was good, so I have faith in that. I'll see the new Spider-Man because I don't have faith in it, but I really like Spider-Man.
I hope it's good. I love Spider-Man.
But, like, all the other ones, like, I'll see the new Batman because it's, like, the beginning of their saga or their group of films. But apart from that, don't honestly care about the rest.
Ant-Man as well.
Yeah, I don't care about
Ant-Man's this
Ant-Man.
year.
All my friends like...
Sorry,
"Ooh,
Paul Rudd.
Ant-Man."
We do not care about you.
Just, no, I can't. I don't know. But speaking of spin-off films anyway, there were some details released today about Star Wars Rogue One. Don't you know?
What's that?
I didn't know.
So Star Wars Rogue One is a spin-off Star Wars film that is being directed by Gareth Edwards, who did Godzilla, so it'll probably be mediocre. And then it's also got Felicity Jones, but they've revealed what it's actually going to be today. And that is that it's going to be set... This is so lame. It's going to be set between episodes 3 and 4, and it's going to be about a group of people who try and steal the Death Star plans.
Wait, so this is all those people that get them for episode 4?
Yes. I'm assuming, yeah, because episode 4 is like, hey, a lot of people died for this,
Well,
or
it's-
whatever.
it's
So I'm
gonna be a
assuming
bunch-
this
I like
is this
that.
film.
That's
It's going to be a bunch of Bothan spies, isn't it? You won't be able to see them. It's going to be boring.
I don't think he'll...
Because that's what they said. They're
I
like,
don't think
oh,
he'll-
that weird one was like, many Bothan spies died to get this information. So that's what's going to happen. Bothan spies are going to die, and they're going to get the information. That's
Go
it.
invisible, get it, done.
I mean, I like the idea...
bash, bosh.
Like the, not bish bash bosh. I like the idea of a story a bit like what Halo Reach did, where you know the ending, where everyone's going to die, and it's just how it happens. I really like that idea. Whether that is what this is actually going to be, I have a feeling it won't. I have a feeling it will be like, it will just be lame. Because I don't know, like, that's really weird. Like, that they're going back and having a film set between 3 and 4. Like, I thought when Disney took over, they were going to focus on the sequel trilogy and build up that part of the universe. So I was really kind of thrown off when they said, oh yeah, we're going back between episodes 3 and 4 for this film. I don't think that really makes sense with what Disney's trying to do.
Wait a minute, does that mean that Palpatine's going to be back?
Maybe.
It's got to be,
Possibly.
right?
He could be there before he turns into a freak.
I love that guy. He used to be in all the films.
No.
But the thing,
Ian something.
why do they need the Death Star plans, though? What, so they can destroy it?
Because they know they're building something, they just don't know what. So they want
But
to
they
know
start
what it
building
is.
it at the end of episode 3, and it's kind of hard to miss. So, like, I don't get it. It seems a bit confusing. Like, why do they... I thought they needed the plan so that they could destroy the Death Star. But then the Death Star was done, so why did the Empire have the plans anyway? Or...
Well, they wouldn't delete the plans in case they needed to build a new one, which evidently they did.
because they stole the plans and destroyed the first one.
Well, you would make a copy of the plans, wouldn't
Why
you?
are we talking about this of all things?
Because this is the film. The film is the Death Star plans. Which I
Look.
think is just... If it's this Halo Reach Everyone Dies thing, that sounds cool. Otherwise, this sounds like the first idea they came up with. Like, we need a spin-off film. Death Star plans? Alright. Like, this sounds like the very first, the most basic kind of idea that you would come up with for a spin-off Star Wars
I
film.
want to see Darth Plagueis, whatever his name is, and they get a bit of the backstory for Darth Sidious. That would be awesome, because he's like an old man at the beginning of the first film. So I want to see what happens with him. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, if they did a spin-off, I would think a film set in the Old Republic, you know, that sort of thing would be cooler, back when there was a ton of Siths, and do a film set in that
Well,
world.
like
establish that world a bit more in the cinematic universe. That would be cool, but I don't need to see a film about the Death Star plans. It doesn't really matter in the end. Oh, it's like pulling teeth. All right, okay, we're getting to the end of this. All right, because you guys just don't have any thoughts or feelings about stuff. Don't you get all dramatic on me.
What do you want me to think? Tell me what you want me to think, and I'll think.
Well, what do you think of the idea? Do you want to see a film about a group of rebels trying to steal the Death Star plans?
Yes, because it will have Palpatine in it.
What if it doesn't?
Screw it.
And did you see the Godzilla reboot? Because it's the same guy.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No. Maybe, well, listen. So, the Death Star hasn't been made yet.
No.
Or it's in the process of being built.
Yeah, in construction.
Oh, see, I just want to see more stuff on the Death Star.
Yeah,
but
just,
I guess that won't be
just a film about the Empire making it.
Yeah,
just
like
the
a documentary.
I think the best thing for this film is if it's just Bryan Cranston, and it's just him as the guy of Breaking Bad, just going into the Death Star, doing his business, getting it all, boom, done. That'd be awesome.
And then a monster kills him 20 minutes in.
He has a really big forehead as well. He's like the Coyote Mundi.
No.
Because he's bald anyway. He
Coyote
might as well have a big
Heisenberg.
forehead.
Yeah. Oh.
No.
In fact, that's what the spin-off film should be. Coyote Mundi.
Yeah, just him on his home planet.
The troubled youth he had, being bullied, and you know how that helped him become a Jedi.
Are you assuming that he had a troubled childhood?
Yes, I think he definitely
I
did.
thought he lived with a bunch
For what
of other
reason?
people like that.
Why do you think he had a troubled childhood?
Well, who's to say that the whole planet that he's from is like that?
It could be.
Well, he's just the
Just be
only
a certain-
one. He's actually just like Obi-Wan. He's just a human. He's just horribly deformed.
Oh god, like, so he's from Earth. He's just like, he's not an alien at all.
Wait, Obi-Wan's human?
Well, I guess so.
Is that?
He looks
do
pretty
we know?
human.
Do we know about Obi-Wan?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they say he's from Earth and all that, or what the deal is with Earth in the Star Wars universe, but yeah, he's got to be human.
He looked pretty human.
He did.
Had a beard.
What about
Yeah.
Yoda?
Yeah, Yoda's
Human,
human.
yeah.
No, but they never said anything about Yoda either.
We said Baby Grinch, didn't we?
Yeah, Gremlin or something.
Gremlin.
No, Gremlin fella.
Just Gremlin or something, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ending this off. So things to look out for next week, right? Mario Kart 8 DLC comes out. That's going to be awesome.
200cc.
And that's going to be really awesome.
We didn't mention Mewtwo DLC.
I don't have
I
it.
do. It's alright.
Well, yeah, I would assume it's just Mewtwo in Smash. That's cool, but I don't know where you go with that.
Yeah. Mewtwo DLC, there you go, carry on.
Cool. So Mario Kart 8 DLC, I'm really excited about that. I just today I got 3 stars on everything. Finally got round to doing that because it can be quite annoying. So I'm all ready. I'm all prepped for the new DLC. It is a me and Mario.
How many stars have you got on that thing?
Well, let's go through them all, shall we?
No.
Have you got Heisenberg?
No, I don't.
you got what's her name? What's the song?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Why
Alright,
is that in
This
there?
podcast has dropped dramatically in quality. Sorry.
I don't have time for this. Ain't nobody got time.
I apologise for asking that question.
That's fine.
Next
That's
time
not-
Powers.
on Only Trashy Podcast.
That's not a reveal.
Order 66.
66.
Should have used that
Can you
earlier.
stop playing them all?
Wait a minute.
So yeah,
I
Mario
didn't find
Kart.
a good scenario for this one, but... Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I feel like you didn't need all that intro stuff.
Yeah, you did.
Just
Suspense.
walking. Not really. Anyway, we're ending this off. Mario Kart is coming out next week, gonna be awesome. And then the Avengers 2 is going to be in cinemas. So, I'm gonna go watch it. So, expect full thoughts on it next week.
Yay.
Okay then.
Joe, you gonna go see it?
Probably not.
You're a... Oh, come on, Joe. You skip out on the Order. You're skipping out on the Avengers. What are you doing?
If I can, oh maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Probably
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah,
It's
take it as a
okay.
no. Take it as a no, but maybe.
I'll go see it and I'll be ranting next week. Or saying that it's really good. I'm open-minded. Who says I'm not?
I watched a trailer.
Not I.
And I'm really not that excited about it. Like, the first one, I was like, yeah, first Avengers. And this one, it's like, it'll be pretty cool. So, I don't know.
Well, it's because it's been done. You know,
Been there, done that.
It's
pretty
been done.
much. So anyway, so thanks Ed for being here.
Pleasure.
I mean, I don't feel like I should thank you for your noises, interruptions.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Needed more Nintendo, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I guess so. I do like me Pikachu.
Me, Pikachu.
Me Pikachu.
Oh.
Alright, we're off. Okay, so anyone got anything they want to talk about with their channels? Any interesting stuff going on?
No.
Hit and Run is still going on. It's been, like, it's too long. But it's ending soon. Hopefully. I don't know.
Cool.
Then more.
Alright, so mine's same old stuff. Mario Bros. 3 and Spider-Man. Although that might finish next week. That's very possible that they will both finish at the same time. As always. So, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have nothing.
Isn't the dig about to finish?
Yeah, if I can bloody record some episodes, I've been a lazy bugger.
So no new LPs next week from Joe then?
No, definitely not. Well, there's a new series starting.
Yes.
But not an LP.
New little series on my channel as well.
Well, probably won't be very good then. I mean,
Yeah,
meh.
it's okay.
Or at least you're consistent. You're even like meh about your own stuff. Yeah, that's okay. My stuff, whatever.
It's been done.
It's it's been done. Okay, well, thanks for being here,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
See ya.